The technology has developed, and now everyone has easy, comfortable lives with their cell phones. Here's our life. Here is how serious it is. Today, lots and lots of people use your phones. Some people are addicted to them, as if they are addicted to the drugs. Here is a survey that 258 people have answered. The question was, do you know someone who has a cell phone addiction? Of the 258 people, the people who answered not sure were a total of 5%. The people who answered no were a total of 4%. And the people who answered yes were a total of 91%. Here are some quotes. According to Ivan Gastaldo, cell phone addiction is just like an addiction to drugs or alcohol and should be taken just as seriously. While it is clearly not as toxic to one's lungs or liver as drugs or alcohol, it can be just as toxic to one's self-determination and relationships, and may actually make people more vulnerable to other addictions. This is a graph showing the percentage of cell phone addiction in adults and teenagers. The pink part represents the percentage of the addicted people. As you can see, comparing the graph of the teens to the graph of the adult, the percentage of the teenager is greater than the percentage of the adults. Even in Japan, more than half of the people who answered were addicted to their phones. The cell phone addiction is all over the world. There are numerous evidence proving the reality of cell phone addiction. This shows how serious the cell phone addiction is to our society. So we asked several teenagers and teachers in our school. They were willing to collaborate with us.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Of course.
I need my phone for like emergencies, like if my mom is like stuck in traffic and she can't make it to like pick us up, then I need to know and how to organize myself. And mostly because like I probably couldn't live without social networks.
Yeah. It's important because like I don't use it just for texting. I use it to like use the internet, talk to people. I use it for the calculator. I use it for everything.
Just like maybe I don't have access to everything I'd like to, but not too bad.
Lost?
Like I want to die.
I feel lost. I mean, it's my phone and my iPad. I always use them. I spend all my time using the internet and apps and everything. I connect with my friends there and the contacts on WhatsApp, on Facebook and everything. I can't connect with anyone without my phone or laptop or iPad. I mean.
Here, yeah, I mean, there's certain students that I would say are addicted to cell phones. Yeah. It was much worse in the U.S. Like in a class of 30, probably 25 of them at some point are texting, and sending text messages, things like that. Whereas here, it might be like maybe 5% of the students.
Of course. Yeah, in your class, even. Yes, all the time. I think that. It's become such a part of life now that not just my students, but even my peers, people who are my age, are pretty addicted to them. They have them out at dinner when you're trying to have a nice dinner with them, or you're at a party and they have them out, or they have to check them throughout a movie. Yeah, so not only students, but also adults.
classroom, you
Yeah,
mean?
in the classroom.
The classroom is not, it's not suitable to use it in the classroom because students should be.
No, as a
focused on-
teacher, you mean? I find it disrespectful a lot in my class if the task is to be doing something like video editing or doing something on Photoshop. If kids have their cell phones on, they're actively not working, and I can see that. It's a bit disrespectful.
Excessively, yeah, I mean, it's annoying excessively. I get, in the U.S., I understand, like, the need to send messages home and kind of give updates and things like that, but hey, what's up? I don't know if that's really a valuable text.
Hello?
Yeah, all the time.
What do you feel?
I feel like I'm not like there, like they're ignoring me.
Yes, and always, not just some people. My whole family, my friends, I speak to them and they're just always shut off from the world, and they're just texting on the phone or using it. I even try to talk to them. It's like their ears are blocked and they just want to
It happens, but not that much.
Okay. Do you
I
find
don't
it?
like, no, it's very impolite. But if you are talking to a person and you got a phone call, then and you just replies and says, okay, excuse me, it's no problem. But you talk to someone and you're using mobile, that's not good, it's impolite.
Yes, yes.
Mostly, yeah.
Internet is just the base of everything, and Facebook, Twitter, YouTube.
Mostly, yeah, especially if they have like Blackberries with BBM that they can always constantly text, and well, with iPhones you need to have like 3G or like a Wi-Fi to like actually connect to the social network. So I guess that's the main reason, but it's also the reason because they're addicted to like texting friends on what they're doing or what they're not doing. But it's also like addictive to like actually have the text messaging and calling parents in case of like emergencies.
No, I think it's just belief that people feel like they need to constantly be in communication with other people. Because it's so easy to communicate, whether it's email or even chats on Gmail or text or whatever. I just feel like we always feel like we need to be talking to somebody.
No.
Yes, many times in my class.
I don't believe so.
The most thing I hate in my room is using the mobile.
It was like if you take a pacifier candy away from a baby, what is the baby gonna do? Scream, right? It was the same thing with a kid who was 17. I took the cell phone away. Wah! Wah! Just freaked out. Not crying, but totally
Check
freaked out.
yourself with our 10-question cell phone addiction self-test. Number 1. Two. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Last question. Here's the result. Here's some suggestions. Do the self-test to check yourself. Start managing the time you spend on your phone. Try to get rid of apps that you don't use a lot. Try to find a hobby that you can spend your time. Try to communicate with the person face to face.
Really?
Really?
This is our future if we don't change. Save yourself from your phone.